Welcome back to another episode of This Old Boat. In this week's video update, we do a test fit on the very aft panel, the one right in front of the bulkhead. This is the toughest one to fit because of all the curvy edges and things like that. Turns out on first try, we have a pretty decent fit. We're going to go ahead and go with this. We have good edge margin on both sides, and it's a nice clean fit against the bulkhead face area as well. So all in all, good first effort on the panel. It fits just the way we want it. And here's a little sneak peek on the top side. Here you can see how it fits in really good on the sides there. And that's what it looks like. So eventually it'll be sealed in with a lot of thickened epoxy and fiberglass and a permanent part of the boat. Up next, it was time to tackle the job we have been putting off and thinking our way through and kind of just really apprehensive to get started on. Well, now we're in it and we're making a plan and we're following through with it. And we want to clear away that top layer of rotted plywood all the way down to the bare fiberglass below.
All right, let's see what we got going on here.
So as you can see here, we finally worked our way down to the bare fiberglass down below. It's a very thin layer of fiberglass, so we had to be really careful not to break that and chip it away, especially the section right over the bulkhead. There's a few pieces that broke off. We'll patch those up once we glass in the new piece of plywood. But all in all, turned out pretty good. And of course, we made a big mess. So anytime we make a big mess, we know we're doing something right. So if this little intro piques your interest, come on in and watch the whole video. We hope you like it. Welcome back to another exciting and thrill-filled adventure with DIY Nautical Dream. Okay, maybe that was a little over the top. Anyways, we'll go ahead and get our next video started.
Hi guys! Welcome back. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe down below. And please watch our video from the very beginning up until the end. Perfect!
In case you missed it in last week's video, we really had our work cut out for us getting rid of all that excess fiberglass that was up in the overhead area. Poor craftsmanship right there. We just had to deal with it and get it out.
Still trying to figure out what we're going to do back here. We might just peel the layers of plywood off, fiberglass something into place there to support over the top of the bulkhead. We need to get to the back side of the bulkhead here, and so we'll drop this down. So let's see what we have here. I've never seen this before. Oh man, that's crazy. We're getting in deep here now. All right, we're gonna have to think about this. So, and this is what's going on the back side of that. I don't know, that looks like oil to me. I think that's from the power winch. It's not rotted or delaminated feeling, so we'll just keep it how it is for right now. All right, so let's see here. Yeah, it looks wet. I just know. I have a feeling as soon as I touch it, it's gonna be sticky.
So in case you missed last week's video and you like this sort of thing, go back, give it a watch, check it out. We hope you like it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below.
Wow. Hi guys,
welcome back.
I'm Priscilla.
And I'm Rich.
Together we make DIY Nautical Dream. Alright, so let's go back to our project, honey.
Yep, we're back.
Yep, so it's time to test fit the new panels at the forward bulkhead.
Yep, we're going to test fit that panel just on the forward side of the bulkhead there, and hopefully we did all right with it.
Yep, and also we want to check the edge margin on the sides after we test fit the panel.
Yeah, we want to make sure we have good edge margin on there because we need to have a little bit on each side, about 1/4 inch on each side would be minimum. And then so as soon as we're done with the check fit, the test fit of the panel, we'll go ahead and epoxy coat it with that there Total Boat penetrating epoxy. We're starting to come around. Stuff's working out a little bit better for us. We weren't really fans in the beginning, but it's starting to, we're warming up to it a little bit.
Yep.
So hopefully as long as it cures, we're going to keep trying it out.
So we can paint it.
Yep, because we want to be able to paint it.
We need to cut away more fiberglass.
Yeah, that loose stuff is just kind of hanging in there. They just slapped up everywhere. Keep finding more of that, so we need to cut all that out, and then we can start doing the repairs in that area.
Okay, we settled on overhead repair for the bridge.
Yeah, we have figured out the repair, so we got to cut away all that old rotted stuff right over the bridge of the bulkhead there. So that's what we're going to do next, and then we're going to just kind of work our way into that repair.
Yep, so the old plywood in this area is going to be tricky.
Yeah, we want to get that out of there. Got to be careful because we want to save the bridge. There's a little bit of fiberglass underneath that. We want to keep that in place.
Alright, so stay tuned guys. We're going to show you our update this week.
Yep, so we'll show you how we do here in a little bit.
Stay tuned.
Hopefully it all goes well. Alright, and so I did a little bit of research because there was a question last week about if this wall here is considered a bulkhead. And so what I found out when I did a little bit of research, that any wall in a boat, vertical wall, is considered a bulkhead, whether it's structural or non-structural. So we're still going to continue to call this a bulkhead, but it's a good question. I really wasn't sure of the answer. I had some doubts in whether I was calling it the right thing or not, because you guys know when it comes to bowsprit, we get that one wrong. I call it bowsprit by accident, but even though I knew better. So this is one of those things where I'm definitely not an expert in boat terminology, but from what I know, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong or right, but from what I've learned and researched, any wall, vertical wall, dividing wall in a boat is considered a bulkhead. Whether it's load bearing, structural, non-structural, it's still called a bulkhead. Leave a comment down below. Love to hear from you. If I'm calling it the wrong thing, I want to get corrected. So it was a great question, and we just want to call it the right thing. So
Alright, so this is going to be our first look at it as well as it is your first look at it. So let's see how this goes. Alright, come on. Work with us here a little bit. Alright. We cut it a little big, obviously. I think we were supposed to be at that point right there. But really we just want to make sure we're in good. And it looks like we're in pretty good. So that's what we're looking for. As to what we're going to do down here when we get to the installation point, I'm not really sure yet. We will probably cut this into like a smaller segment, possibly even in half, like right here, and bond this piece in separately by itself. We want to make sure that out of any of these, we want to make sure that section back there is bonded the best we can get it. And we are going to do extra effort on the back side. We're probably going to put heavier fiberglass in place, a lot more epoxy, just going to make sure that's a really good fit, because if there's going to be a squeak or any kind of a delam or a disbond or anything, it's going to happen in this area right here. So we want to make sure we get that. Looks pretty good. We're happy with it. So that's what it looks like right there. And same thing over here. So we're pretty happy with how everything fits. Alright, we're good with that. One other thing we want to do while we have it in is we want to see what kind of edge margin engagement we have. How much do we have on the tab? So we're going to draw our line here just to make sure, so when we pull it out, and we're going to put that little line right there just so we know where that's at. Same thing we're going to do right here. And now we'll draw our line again. You know what? Something doesn't seem right. Hang on a second. We're not in there all the way. All right, let's try that again. We have it in. Seems like it's fitting in there better now. So we're going to draw our edge margin engagement over here. And if we didn't make it big enough, then we just make another panel and put a little more extra. We just put a little more extra edge margin on it. So I have a feeling we might be doing that because it feels to me like this side over here is not in very far. So let's see. We need to have at least a 1/4 inch and a 1/4 inch over there to feel good about this. Okay, so our edge engagement there, I'm all right with that. Let's see on this side here. Okay. You know, we're right at the minimum, but I'm all right with it. I don't really want to make another panel, so I think we're just going to go with this. Yeah, we're good. Good enough to where, keep in mind, once it's in, we're going to fiberglass tab it to this old fiberglass right here also. And on the inside, we're going to use a very big amount of thickened epoxy to help ensure it's bonding to the upper side of the radius as well. So we're good. I'm going to call that acceptable. All right, so we just put on our very thick, heavy, drippy coat of penetrating epoxy. Hopefully, with any luck, this will cure. We haven't always had good luck with this product, this penetrating epoxy, but last time we did, it worked out. So we're just going to keep trying to do the same process over again, hoping to get the same results. We'll let this cure, and then hopefully when we come back, we'll be able to paint this and seal it up with the bilge coat paint and get ready to install it. Okay, so our plan today, we're going to cut away all this excess fiberglass here that is absolutely doing nothing, and we're going to clean that up, and then we'll eventually get these areas ready to fill in with epoxy. Same thing here, we're just going to fill in and smooth it out a little bit and ensure that there's no opportunities for leaks or anything to form in the future. Fill this in with epoxy, thicken epoxy, same thing up here, and then we'll eventually glass it over with some light fiberglass cloth. The other thing we want to do is we want to try and cut about a 4-inch strip of this out right up on here. I know it's hard to see, but anyways, right up in there, we want to cut that away too so we can inlay some new plywood. All right, so we're going to go ahead and set up for that. We'll get a new blade here real quick. All right, new blade. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So right here, we're trimming that away, and we're going to try and do it all the way across. So we have that new, just down to the fiberglass section here, and then we'll lay in a new piece of plywood here so that it can't rot. We'll saturate it with epoxy and everything else, and we'll rebond it. So we're going to clear the rest of this area out here, and then we'll come back and see what it looks like. All right, let's check on our progress here. So you can see we cleaned up the little loose fiberglass that was here, and the sections that were up here, cleaned all that up best we can. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. And we can fill in with some thickened epoxy in some of these areas here and smooth it out to prepare it for fiberglass. And then same thing over here. We cleared about a 3-inch section down to the very thin layer of fiberglass. We trimmed off all that rotted plywood there. We will put in some new fiberglass in that area, build this up at least with 1 layer of fiberglass cloth, and then we'll lay some plywood over the top of that that fit in there really nice, and that'll strengthen this area up that's over the top of the bulkhead. I don't believe this is a structural member area of the bulkhead because this is pretty flimsy if it's structural, but nevertheless we want to make sure that we have a good piece of structure in here just in case. We want to put something in a little bit stronger than what was in there before. You can see it's not very thick, so, and it's not very strong either. But we'll strengthen it up just to be on the safe side. The plywood that's on the back side here, you can see that's all rotted. What we will do is from inside the technical room, we'll cut it out from underneath like we did in this area here. But over the bulkhead, we're not going to be able to cut that out, so we're going to build it up from the top down. It's coming along, so this is just one more step that we have to do. And this is just a little bit of what came out of there. Nothing with any real structural integrity left in it, but anyways, there's our big chunk of fiberglass right there. Doing absolutely nothing up there, but that's okay, we got it out. Be nice to get some thickened epoxy on here, but I don't know if we have time to do it today, so but we do have it ready to go for next time if that's what has to happen. So anyways, that is where we are at, but a little bit of progress.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch our videos. We really appreciate it.
So we're back, guys.
Yep, we're back. We went ahead and got the aft section of plywood, went ahead and coated that with penetrating epoxy. Turned out really well. Obviously, we're mixing it correctly now, and it's working a lot better for us. And one of the other things we did was went ahead and got rid of all that rotted plywood over the bridge section of the bulkhead, and we left a little bit of the thin layer of fiberglass. We're just going to build up from there, and we're not using that piece as our structure, but we'll build the structure on top of that. So we're going to make that area nice and strong. We have the plan in place. Now we got to execute it and figure out how we're going to do it. As we get into it, we'll develop the repair a little bit along the way. One thing's for sure, this area is a huge mess. A lot of stuff was going on in there. Production, the builders of this boat could have done a lot better quality. They could have had, you know, just a little bit more fall through on what they were doing. This boat probably would not be leaking. It is what it is. It helped us get a good price on buying the boat.
We'll get there.
Yeah, no regrets. We're just finding more things than what we initially planned on getting into, but we're working our way through it, and one day this section will be a thing of beauty, just like what we did in the galley overhead repair area. So we'll just keep working on that.
Yep, plus once we're all done with the project, the boat will be brand new.
Yeah, and if we're not too old to sail, we'll go sailing.
Exactly. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. If you are not subscribed yet, please subscribe down below.
Right down here somewhere, right? Is that where it's at?
Yep.
Yeah, right on.
And please watch our video from the very beginning up until the end.
Oh yeah, we need that. That helps a lot.
And thanks to our new subscribers,
Oh yeah.
patrons, people that support our channel. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
Yep, we're very thankful for our 2 channel supporters who support our channel financially. If you can't do that and you just want to watch, that helps us as well. The watch hours, the watching the ads, the subscribing, the commenting, all that helps. So
Everything.
yep, we just love to hear from you and let us know what you think of the project. We'd love to hear your ideas on the repair over the bulkhead area.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Oh yeah, thanks a lot.
All right, so stay tuned. See you next week.
See you soon. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, that's it, guys. See you next time. Bye. All right, action. Take 20.
Dang, if I only hit record. Man.
I think you did.
Okay.
Anyways, so stay tuned, guys. Up. Okay, good.
Yep.
Hi,
Hi
guys.
guys.
Welcome back.
That's a good one. I like it. And action. Live on the set.
Hi, guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome back.
Okay. Played right into that one, didn't I? Okay. Take 2.
All right, it looks like it's turning out pretty good, baby. What do you think?
No, what do you think? Did we record it?
Hang on. No, not yet.